Hi, Hayden.
Morning, Rob. How are you?
Good things.
That's good. Good to hear. Danger Dave, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Better.
Oh yeah, on the way home. Alrighty, so we'll wait till a few more people show up. I need to get these things started a bit earlier. Seen this drop already.
Yeah, that's what I was hiding for, but it didn't wait for us.
It's just reopened straight away. I think that maybe there's a good chance we come back. Where's my pen gone? There it is. Opened and then it's just been dropping ever since. Oof. Damn. Alrighty, anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. Morning, Johnny. We've got a few things to cover. Need to sort of, unless you're part of this move already, it's moved a bit more than I wanted. I was looking for sells, but it's going to hold tight for a second now. See if we can get a bit of a pullback. I really didn't want to see it drop into this zone like it has. Now before the open, but we'll just see. Got to go through everything, sort of come up with the idea. All right, so let's get the news up. Okay, so yesterday we didn't have a whole heap going on. Had lots of these like little low impact final readings of the PMI. No real surprises here. Then we had the US dollar, ISM, manufacturing and services. Sorry, just the manufacturing PMI. Came in disappointing numbers. So 48.7, down from 49.8, and lower than the previous month. So they were expecting a recovery, and they actually got a negative. The final manufacturing PMI, they revised that a little bit higher, so up to 51.3 from 50.9, and then the manufacturing prices, they saw that drop as well. So the main thing that this is suggesting is a slowdown in consumer spending and slowdown in consumer demand in the US. Morning, Tony. Morning, Jose. So these are pretty key numbers, because I'm going to build the case here for you. If there's a slowdown here, the US economy is very much built up on consumer spending. It's basically just like transactions. So if consumer spending is decreasing, then the GDP is likely to start decreasing as well. If the GDP decreases, then that will have an impact on equities, and equities in the US has an impact on the equities in the Eurozone as well, because they're quite highly correlated. Looking ahead today, we've had CPI in the Swiss already came in as expected, so no real change there. We don't have any real news, so it's pretty light on the docket these couple of days. To start the week, we've got US dollar job openings, so these are always fairly high. But if you ever do a bit of research into JOLTS job openings, a lot of these openings are simply just never-ending run of like advertisement for open positions. And even when they're not looking for hiring, they still look for talent. So they do always have a lot of job openings, even though if there's no jobs to fill. and it's purely just seen. Maybe if they see the right candidate, they'll make a job for them. But a lot of these openings, they don't really show. Like, it's kind of a lot of them hospitality as well, where they're constantly advertising. So weird measure to weird stat to measure, but we can see, like, rather than just taking one number, do look at a trend, and we can see, like, over time, the amount of job openings are certainly slowing, and we're getting one of the lowest numbers we've had, if not the lowest number we've had in the best part of 2 years. So there is a trend of declining. There's also a habit that it revises the number every single time it comes out. But the main takeaway from this is looking at, it's declining. So the interest rates are taking an effect. The main point. Okay, so there's no real news today on the docket. The one main thing is this ISM manufacturing PMI and spending habits in the US. So if GDP is going to keep on coming down, we've seen what's this? Morning Adelaide. We've seen the Atlanta Fed. There was some news. Ooh. Good morning. 1 second. Yeah, we saw last week. Last week we saw, where was it? Over preliminary GDP here in the US. We saw this one coming a little bit higher than they were forecasting, but lower than the previous month. And importantly, this is quite a step down from the previous quarter. So the previous quarter, 3.2. So this one came in notably lower. So there definitely is some slowing in this economy, in this US economy. The Atlanta Fed, I'll bring up this document over here, from Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. They released a report. Latest estimate was on June, so yesterday, it was downgraded. So here on May 31st, they were expecting the later, like the second quarter of 2024, they were expecting that to come in at 2.7%. Okay, when they do the final reading. Now, because of this, what they've been tracking in consumer spending and other measures, is now yesterday they revised that down. Now they're only expecting to see 1.8%. So what they've done is downgraded their expectations for when the final GDP comes out. They're revising it lower. So 2.7 down to 1.8. That's just like a 33% drop. Pretty significant when they drop it down by 0.9. And we saw it. We saw the effect in the New York session. Price came down, dropped significantly from these highs, like 300 points into a lovely little area where we've been previous resistance all across here. This zone, this had been previous resistance, and then we've seen on Friday had a huge drop, big recovery, and then we saw a push back down. So we are seeing some pretty aggressive pushes down. And are we making a lower high? Not yet certain. Not yet certain. But this is definitely a concern for valuations if GDP is coming down. So that was one thing that came in yesterday. Okay, now what are the headlines during this Asian session? There's a little bit of a potential escalation in this Ukraine-Russia war as well. We had using some of these US weapons that Biden's authorized Israel, Ukraine to attack Russian targets. So that's, who knows what that's going to have. Asian market wrap. What's going on here? I think the pre-market's all fairly negative.
Yeah,
One in Annis, one in IP. Go on.
France and Germany have been the ones that have been finding legal ways to authorize their weapons to be used to strike Russian targets within Russian territory. I don't think US has done that yet, have they?
Yeah, US did it.
How did they? Oh well, okay. That's a big deal. Because now Putin's really got his back up against the wall. He can do anything, right?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, I think Friday's job report, the consensus is such a low number. The consensus is such a low number that I'll be very interested if it comes in that low. I think they could beat. I think there's a good chance they could beat. Did you guys hear about the stock market crash yesterday with technical issues?
No.
Was that Warren Buffett stuff?
Yeah, a few others got caught up in that. They had a technical glitch, and then people they were watching, they saw Berkshire Hathaway. He's got two types of shares. He's got Berkshire Hathaway Class A and Class B. So Class A, famously, he's never ever done like a stock split. He's just let it grow and grow and grow and grow. So each share is worth like $600 and something thousand. So Berkshire Hathaway Class A stock share price. So $631,000. That's how much each share is worth because he's never done like a stock split. You can do Class B as well. Class B is $414. This is the one that they'll like split to keep it within reason so that people can keep on investing. But Class A, this one that was 631,000, recorded a 99.5% crash, and people were like, or 99.97% crash, and people were like, holy, this thing's only $185. So all these people bought some for $185, and then they halted when the stock market price crashes beyond a certain amount. It does an automatic freeze, like limit down, limit up, and they investigated, and they were like, wow, this is not right. So they rejected all these people's orders that they. But it's so funny that some people saw it. Some opportunists just happened to see it and be like, buy. And then it's so funny. Can you imagine seeing that? You would have think the world was going, like something major was about to happen. If you saw that.
I think I read that if you bought $1,000 within 5 minutes, it would have been worth 1.5 million once it corrected itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you make 3,405 times your amount of investment if it's suddenly recovered back to the original value.
How amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, technical issue. Unclear what it was. Yeah, their B class didn't move. But yeah, nearly wiped the whole thing off. There's a few others that got caught up in it.
Yeah,
But
imagine if you had, I don't know,
you'd have thought you would like,
$100 million in that, and then all of a sudden it's worth like
yeah,
$500.
yeah. Look at this. So funny though, there were people that just were watching it and bought it straight away. So they reject. Apparently, they did accept some orders though. They accepted orders down to like 613,000 or something. Below that, any people that bought below that didn't get their fill. So funny though. But yeah, imagine watching that and then thinking you like all of a sudden your assets are just gone. Okay. All right. What else is there? What else? Another article that I saw pop up, which is pretty funny. I'll talk about later. Was Zoom. All right, guys. What's your bias today? We got down here yesterday, in the end, where we're looking for price to push down. Unfortunately, it came back up, and it never took the London high, but it took my runner, unfortunately. But it eventually did make its way down. So actually, I grabbed it again in New York session. That was a beauty.
Yeah, I've got to learn that lesson from his trade. Just the idea that the original trade idea is still valid. It's just gaining enough liquidity to do it, and it didn't have enough in the first London move to, but then it did in New York. Instead of taking my eye off the ball and thinking, oh, no, it's going back up. Well, it's still got to execute the same move that we discussed, and I was still on board with this structural break underneath in the H4 that was meaning this is probably a big pullback to go short. So that was still the move. I just took my eye off the ball and didn't think about it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not able to take those. I did get a nice trade on NAS though, which did the exact same move. On NAS.
You mean you're not around to do it at that time, or?
Yeah. And not that, like I was looking at this, and I was looking for NAS to do a sell-off yesterday, and we got after NYSE. So what I've noticed a lot with New York is, see, like if we zoom right out, it's not. Oh, I did it quite a lot here actually, but most of the time, New York will take both sides of the London session. Right, and then see how it doesn't quite take the high of London, and this one didn't take the high of London. This one didn't take the low of London. This one didn't take the low of London either. But like these are kind of anomaly days. But New York usually takes both sides of London session, or at least like give it a good nudge to take both sides. So see, we have London session push up and up. And then we have New York push up. There's a good chance if you get like a sell signal that the London low becomes your target. Same thing here. We've got Asian session down, Euro open down, London open down, New York pushing down, and it's left the high intact. So there's a good chance if you get a buy signal or a buy from an area of interest, then you can look to target towards the London high. Of course, I'll set my target just below the London high just to ensure that I get the profit taken. Same thing though, we get this one's a little bit difficult, but we've got London as a high, New York push down, it sweeps the liquidity from underneath these, probably gives you a good buy signal, like if you're looking at the low time frames, and then you can look to push up towards the New York session, ultimately getting towards the London high. But definitely take partials, when you get to key areas, and that would be like a 100 pip trade. Then price does rip down again, takes out the New York low, and then it pushes up towards the London high. But I quite like the New York volatility that both sides of the London session are usually taken. So if price rips down hopefully it doesn't do it in the period before. Sorry, hopefully it doesn't take both sides of the London session in that hour and a half before NYSE opens. But if you're like London session's pushing up and you've got the London low and New York's pushing up and New York Stock Exchange opens, I like to target the London low. Same thing, Asian session up, London session up, New York session pushes up, target the London low. So that's usually a nice little play. You can see it over and over and over, like it dwarfs this little pink section. So that day here didn't do nothing. So that's okay. You just got to play the odds. So on yesterday we had New York Stock Exchange open here. And what I wanted to see, this is the New York Stock Exchange opening. Wanted to see price rip up, hit an area, a point of interest, show some rejection, and then target the London low. So this is the first 5 minutes of NYSE. So nice little bullish candle where we've got POIs and stuff to the left. Probably something along in here. You can see like there's a bit of a cluster of stuff going on, like in this zone. Before we pushed up, consolidated for a bit, ripped up higher, came down, up, down, up, down. Now a POI is like, it's good to have there, but also I'm just looking for any sort of rejection as well. So price pushes up. Okay, then we rip up higher. Very nice. Nice wick rejection. Then we see another one. Another little wick rejection. Then we see a lovely push. So buy to sell. Heavy drop. Price drops more. Creates like a bit of a fair value gap up in here as well. Sweeps this liquidity from underneath London. So likely when it hits this area, it's probably going to have some sort of reaction from that. Anything closing below here is just going to see further downtown. But anticipating that move, you would look to sell when on the pullback. So wicks all the way up. I think there's news around this time yesterday. That was the PMI news, and then was it the PMI news yesterday?
ISM.
Yeah, ISM PMI, 3 o'clock. And so that nice little wick candle comes in, fills the trade, target the London low, and then eventually it gets there, and it gets there and just melts. But that was the profit. So, and then it just melted after that. Then it, as it does, New York after London close, it often has this little recovery as well. But yeah, beautiful trade. Now the same thing happened on German. Similar price movement. Price whipped up, huge push down. See the time here was 250. Price comes back, that big let me zoom in. So it's 250, drop down, 255, wick rejection, 3 o'clock, does the retest. NAS 250, push down, 255, hits the support area, 3 o'clock does the retest, then it just melts. So the exact same move. So I'm not sure if I would want to be taking German 40 and NAS sells. To me, that would be very much the same trade. So it makes me feel better about missing German because I was much more focused on NAS at that time. And it's the same move. Pretty beautiful though. I really like this. Okay. That's bearish bias, only selling after taking Asia highs. Yeah, I can see that. OS looking for another 10p drop and long back up to the swing high. Cool. Yeah, I mean, German's just opened and dropped down, so we've got a little bit of a gap over here. We've got another gap here. I really didn't want to see price drop down to here like it did. It's a bit annoying because now we've left liquidity above. Adelaide, you're at the buy zone now though, but too close to the open to enter. Yeah, I think sells make more sense today, but we've dropped and left liquidity above, so it's definitely not an area I wouldn't be selling from. So I'm with you that it's a potentially a buy zone. Just don't know where I'd been buy to. Maybe to the Asian low at least to fill this gap. I think that's definitely doable to buy up. Dan unsure today. Yesterday closing as a doji. Yeah.
I'm definitely short.
Yeah, I'm short as well. Definitely after like this as well. I think
Just made a lower high with that top of that doji.
Yep. Yeah, just not sure if this is the high. If the high of the day has already been done. Do we think that's the high of the day?
No.
Yeah, that's where it gets tricky then to look for any sells. If I don't believe that's the high of the day, even though I think it's going down, very difficult for me to sell in this area. Let's check all time frames. We've got 2 and a bit minutes. Two and a bit minutes to the open. So yeah, I definitely, for me to sell, I think I need to see closures underneath here. So I need to sell underneath this support, not selling into that support. Then we've got this next little area that we could keep on pushing down to. Yeah, I definitely don't want to sell into this area. If it just drops straight through, then that's fine. I'm glad it's gone the direction, but it's definitely something that I'd happily just avoid. I just don't need that kind of risk of fake outs, rejection, especially when you've got Asian high just here. Got a gap here as well. This could easily recover some of yesterday's move. Fill here before pushing down.
Yeah, I think it'll retest that daily wick a bit more before it comes back down.
Yeah, you got a 45-minute resistance there as well. So it's almost tempting to take a buy up to that area, buy to sell.
That's what I'm looking for. I think I might fake out again to the downside just to lure in sellers thinking it's going to continue. And then head back up.
Yeah, I kind of want London to do a move like yesterday, but a bit different. So flip that upside down. So I want London to do a drop, and then push up with a bit of force. And then I'd look to take London session to keep the momentum, and then maybe New York session can continue to drop again. Something like that. And if it does this, I'd be willing to buy from here, especially if we get a bit of a structure break. And I would be willing, I'm not sure about this whole area though. Not sure about this whole area, how this is going to pan out. But I could entertain, yeah. I'll kind of want this to happen.
18600 is also a 30-minute order block and a nice round number.
Mm-hmm. Or the other option is London just pushes straight up, and then we get that, and then I'll take this one.
There should be some decent liquidity just under the New York low there, because that pin bar it closed bearish yesterday. I reckon there's quite a few sellers trapped there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Gold has dropped a bit. It was sitting around 23.55 towards close yesterday. Up here. Big range. Gold's moving a lot. Yeah, I think that was it all. Let's see. Yesterday was much like when we have a big Asian session. That made things a lot easier to read for this initial London session, because you got the gaps here, you got heaps of liquidity. Because Asian session here was pretty small range. It's a different set of conditions than yesterday. A lot of traffic on the 24th. Where's the 24th? Oh, here, you mean? If we draw this across.
Oh no, sorry mate. I mean I might have the wrong date.
Okay.
Hang on. Just I'm talking. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Friday. No, yeah. Sorry, my bad. I'm looking at year 2024, mate. From the 31st, May the 31st.
Oh, okay. Down over here.
Yeah, so if we go short,
A lot of traffic there. Yeah.
maybe it's pretty tumultuous through there.
Yep. Yeah, pretty horrible once we get into this area. We need to get, what would need for that is something to close, like a strong candle closing underneath here, I think, to dig into this bit.
The previous 1 hour candle is heavy rejection from the downside.
Yeah. Wickfield maybe?
Like that direction. But it retested the wick.
Partial retest, yes.
If that's our direction, then yeah, going up.
Okay, Paul. Any other pairs you guys looking at?
No, I'm gonna just try and I'm not gonna do gold anymore. I'm just gonna focus on German 40 in the morning, and then swing trades, trap exits, and this D1 stuff we're looking at in the afternoon.
Yeah, good input yesterday. I've got the call with the coder tonight.
Because I just scanned. That only took me about 15 minutes to scan through every pair I've got on my chart on my TradingView. So
Yeah.
it didn't actually take that long just to filter out potential candidates. Really, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, it should be quick. That's the benefit of it. So just need to work on the nuance of it, see if it's got a real edge.
Yep.
Okay, so here's that. That's where we opened, being pretty aggressive. We've retested it now. Now can we take this low? Or are we going to close above? So it could be... So this was a tempting area. Anyone take a sell from here? That's where we open with some force. So the hour candle, and it opened, dropped straight down, created that wick. Not sure if there's a rejection wick or not, but it did close lower. London open, pulls back. That was where some momentum was. Now we're looking like we're doing the wick fill. Because we've got the Asian high here, I wouldn't mind seeing London drop down and then see if it can actually make a good rejection and then take this move. But I am bearish today. Just don't want to really take sells in this tool. I don't want to take sells close to the support. It was just too early for me to want to take this one. I didn't want to take one too close in the London Open because I have taken a trade here before and it has pushed up and taken my stop loss, and those are the days we've had to give trades a second and a third chance before finally catching it. So it was, if you did take it, I think it was worth the risk. I just didn't want to take a loss straight up. But if you did take that one, you know, you're 20 pips up or so. So nice job. IP, you're in Euro US short. Cool. Ooh, look at this. Just tanking. What's that? The yield's doing. Oh, have these yields updated? No, they have. They are. And they're dropping big time. Yeah, gosh. I mean, if they continue to drop like they are, then I think I'd be preferring to lean into long soon. Unless they reject from underneath here and then start pushing up. One cool thing I saw that you can do with TradingView, you know how we followed Dixie, the dollar index, how it doesn't have the US dollar in it. Sorry, it doesn't have Aussie and Kiwi in it.
You mean it's a measure of all sorts of different pairs against the US dollar, but not the Aussie and Kiwi?
Yeah, it's the dollar index has got weighting. It's like 60% euro, 13% yen, 11% pound. One thing you can do is you can make your own chart up, which is quite cool. So you can do like, say, I'm going to keep my eye on this, but you can go like, let's say you wanted the price of all these different pairs. You can go Euro US plus AUD USD plus NZD USD plus
Made an error on the USD.
JPY USD. You have to do it that way. Swiss USD, etc., etc., etc. So say you do all of these divided by 5, and you can do like, you can get a chart and you can actually like balance it yourself, which is really cool. So you can really like make your own charts with like correlations and do your own like weighting, your own personal weighting. I thought that was really neat that you can do that. I can see a real use of that. Like if you wanted to get, let's say for example, you want to look at world optimism, then what you'd look at is you can just take the 10-year bond yields for all the majors that you're looking at, and then like do your own weighting, so you can sort of get like a global sentiment if global yields are going up over like on the whole or not. I can see that it didn't. You guys don't share the same sort of excitement for that.
I just don't think we understand the implications or the uses of it.
You can make your own charts. That's what I mean by it.
Yeah.
So it, like say you like Aussie US and New Zealand US, or you think like they're a good barometer for like a specific region. You can just do like the regions, like say Euro US and Pound US. You can combine both charts and just get like a bit of an average to sort of see, is Euro and Pound going against like the US dollar or say Australian dollar, and you can average them in, which is pretty cool. You can do like, you can add like a relative strength, your own, like you can customize straight through these charts. I always thought you would have to find a chart that did it for you, but you can actually make your own charts, which, because I've seen people bring up these charts, I'm like, where do they get them from? Where do they get this data? And I've realized it was from TradingView. They actually just built their own, like they've gone and made their own little chart, and or like the spread of a chart, or like just created it, and they've used that because they've found like a good correlation with this versus something else, but it's something that's made it really unique for them, which I think is really, really nice. Like you could do, for example, you can do the things that all correlated with safe havens versus something that's more of a risk asset. So if you see like safe havens in general going up, then you know like this chart that you built where you've got safe havens versus or commodity currencies, safe havens, different sectors as well. So different sectors of the stock market, you can build your own, essentially. It gives you a good correlation. So one thing that is on the list of for study sessions is, and then what's like this, the daily time frame strategy that we covered yesterday. That's just one piece on building this bigger picture for like this swing trading system. Is using one thing I need to get is they've got the call decoder is about gathering this COT data, like the commitment of traders data, to see like net positions, for like large speculators versus retail, where they're positioning. I want to add that to the daily time frame as well, and then also if we can group specific currencies, we can have a look at the different like if inflation's rising and productivity is increasing, that's a different cycle, business part of the cycle, than if we've got inflation rising and productivity decreasing. So typically you can model all of this into like your different sections, like like expansion, inflation, deflation, disinflation, and recession. You can have all these different models, and each one should act a little bit differently, especially when you're investing like in stock market classes, like your energy sector, tech sector, all the different sectors that you have. Some will outperform others in different times of the year. So right now, we know tech is really booming, but when tech starts to slow and things get a bit more defensive, where does money rotate to? It rotates to a different class. So like having these different data points that we have and like understanding the model should help us better predict where we expect to see the daily time frame go, because the currencies don't trend that well. Most of the time they range. But when you guys get a better understanding of where things can move to, then what I'd like to hit is the commodity section. So not commodities as in precious metals, but you can even hit like commodities like cacao, orange juice, wheat, that kind of stuff, because they can really trend for a long time. Anyway, that's just killing time, but that's kind of where my thought processes are going. Just understanding a couple of little indicators first, order flow, and the commitment of traders. We can see where people are pushing their money to, and then understand how to take advantage of that. That's what the swing trade's for. These scalping sessions are just purely just fun, just picking the direction that it goes for the next couple of hours. Don't jump with excitement just yet. Don't all speak at once either. It's hard to come through.
Good morning, Haydos.
Hey buddy, how are you?
Good. Today is Indian election result.
Oh, is it? Is it a landslide? I saw they thought he was going to get a landslide. He's not, eh?
Just check the Indian index.
What's the code?
Bank Nifty.
Oh, Bank Nifty.
BANK and
Oh wow! Holy! Holy! Like a 9% drop.
Insane. Well, so why is that? Is that because
Indian elections?
something that the Modi is going to get in now? It's not. Or...
they are expecting 300 number, but now the numbers are around 240, 230.
Oh, yeah.
What's 300 represent?
I mean the total number is Okay, so the total number of seats are 543. So out of that, 242 now right now they are leaving.
Oh, okay.
Modi government, but they expected like more than 300. So they have to align with the other party to form a government now.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that
But
does
look
suck.
at the previous day. If you look at if you open that thing again and look how the previous day was. It was a gap up open.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
massive.
it was a massive gap up open, and immediately today gap down and went down to the downside.
1 second.
And that was also all time high.
Did you trade it? Actually, come on,
No,
man.
no.
Yeah, the markets don't like uncertainty, especially if it's not like if it's bipartisan. Nothing gets done. That's crazy. What a drop.
Let's see, German 40 is dropping also.
Yeah. It's in an interesting zone here now.
Yeah, I'm still holding my sells, yesterday's sells. Let's see how far it can be.
Nice. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, that the first one it got stopped out at break even.
Yeah, I was in 1 second. So slow, come on, get back. There we go. Yeah, my runner got stopped as well, unfortunately. But that was like 10% of the original position. But then you got in here, didn't you?
Yeah, somewhere here.
Yeah. I didn't take it on German, but I took basically the same move on NAS. The price action is very, very similar. But I held that only to the London low. So got in, took profit at the London low. Then it just kept on melting for a bit. It recovered some, but now we're looking like we're just continuing that movement. So
Yeah, based upon structure, it looks like we're gonna continue pushing downside. But still, you got I think more than 100 pips, even based upon if you got it from here to here on NAS 100. Hello.
yeah, no. So I just sorry.
I thought my side any kind of problem. My
No. I just got an alert saying my German just took profit. I was like, I wasn't in it.
Those are the best trades.
Yeah, apparently it was a pending order. Literally, C-Trader sometimes confuses me. Because when you're actually in the asset NAS, and you go to trades open, you only see the NAS trades. Have you seen that?
I mean, the most of the time I only open one trade, so I never experienced that kind of thing.
Oh, well, I had a pending order on German. It was only small, so it was 0.1. So on German 40, it's one on Pepperstone, it's one standard lot. So it's like $1.50 a pip, $1.50 Australian a pip. So I had I forgot I even did that. So it was a sell position at 18,636. I set it in the New York session. 18,636. Anyway, 18,636. And the stop loss, where was it? New York session, sorry. Stop loss, it was a wide stop loss. Take profit was the 500. It was down here. I didn't realize, gosh,
Nice.
that would have been awful to have seen that where it missed, because that just triggered it. But I was like, I thought I had a trade. You know when you get the alert and it comes up and it had German 40 something. I was like, oh Jesus. I was like, what's going on here? I thought it was just going to say stop loss had triggered, but it was actually a take profit.
Yeah, it also sent you the email.
No, that's
Like,
what, it was the email. Yeah, that's what. That's the only reason I noticed, because it was in NAS. It was in NAS, and because I saw last night that there was no trades running, but because it's such a small trade, it wasn't the NAS trade that I had running. It obviously wasn't impacting the net P&L. Bizarre. That's very strange.
Anyway, I think we're gonna continue pushing to the downside. Maybe we're gonna create a new lower low.
Yeah. To be honest, what I'm wanting is I want to see us drop, I want to see us push up, and I want to take the Asian high, and then I want to see that drop after. I don't really want to see just this. As much as it would be nice, because the idea of taking sells, I wasn't comfortable with this having all of this left behind. So that's why I hesitated taking the sell here, because it's at support, because I thought that there's a chance that we do this. But now that we've done this, I'm happy just to keep it waiting as well. But yeah, I would prefer to take out the high. I would really prefer to see this daily candle. We're taking out the bottom wick now of the doji yesterday. I'd like to take out the high, and then I'd like to take these sells.
If you go to the 3 hours,
Yeah.
so on 3 hours we already created a negation here. The manipulation from up. Sorry, here. So can you zoom in that one?
Yeah, just remove my stuff for a sec. There you go.
Yeah. So this was a manipulation from upside. This was a manipulation from downside. That bearish candle. It broke out the previous 3 hour low.
Yeah.
And now we broke onto the downside. So this indicating price wanna continue pushing to the downside now. So above here we have a less liquidity now compared. I think we're gonna continue pushing. It's gonna taken out this whole thing now. But,
Yeah.
This is a lower low now. This is lower high,
Yeah.
and this is a lower low. So we may be creating new lower low here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that as a target for sure. I want to see this fair value gap taken out. And I know the moves that we get in for London often get taken out, like late London or New York.
But the problem with that fair value gap is we already tap into that fair value gap with this. If you see, whenever
Because it sets
create
over
any
here.
kind-
Because it's set here, and then that one tapped into it.
Yeah. So if the price already tap into the fair value gap, not necessarily price has to come back. I mean, we can see many times, like for example, we have this fair value gap here to here.
Yeah.
The price tap into that fair value gap. So it's the job is already done into that fair value gap. No need to price has to come back at that moment. Price can simply push or drop.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would like it to do that in London session, though, tap into it and take out the Asian high at the same time. But it's looking like it's really getting some momentum here. Oh well. Looks like that was the best entry. I've got no trade going now. Just got to stay disciplined, not jump into anything. That was a nice move. If anyone grabbed that. I see this area though as problematic.
Uh, 463 at least price can tap today.
Oh, you're super quiet. Sorry.
463
463.
at least.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, this little zone, yeah. That was pretty clear on the 30 minutes. So we've got this area as a resistance. So price shot down, no top wick, tapped into it, act as a resistance, tapped into it, act as a resistance. Then we had a clean candle, break through. First tap back at that area. This is previous highs, gave you that bounce. Second tap, had a little bounce. Third tap, closed below. Now we've got consolidation by the next area, which was like a bit of a softer support, resistance, support, support, resistance, support, support. Like passes through it quite easily, but this area is act as a magnet. So I'd like to see, yeah, you know, now that we're in this zone, it makes sense to keep on dropping down to this area. But we've moved down pretty aggressively in this first like 30 minutes of London. So I'm sure there's probably going to be like little pullbacks along the way. Thoughts on gold, Johnny? Yeah, I haven't actually spent time this morning looking at it so far. I saw that we're at 23.55. Then we went down to, we've dropped like 100 pips. Have we taken out the fix? Already took out the fix a bit. We've got a little bit of accumulation over here as well that we're tapping into. Yeah, I don't know. We're taking out the Asian low. Not sure where it goes from here. Where the next move is.
If you look at the 4 hour, based upon 4 hour, we are creating a HCS on the 4 hour.
Yeah, let me go back to it.
The forex.com chart. So on 4 hour, we are about to create a HCSC. I think if that price 4 hour able to close F2 candle, I think we're gonna continue pushing to the downside zone. At least price can come back here, and then how the price action gonna form in this area. Then we will decide either we wanna look for again buy opportunity, or we're gonna break that thing to continue pushing to the downside. Based upon structure, we broke the structure here. This was the high which broke the structure. Then price get a pullback. Then this was the high which created a new lower low here with a body closing. So again got a pullback. Now if price able to close above this thing, then only we can say that price wanna continue pushing upside. Otherwise we're gonna again coming back into the downside to taken out this low.
Can we go back to German on the 1 hour?
David is in buys.
Not saying anything. I'd kind of like to see the hourly close under this key low. I'd like to see the hourly close under here, and then another lower high and then down. So I still think that sell could be there, but from up here somewhere, I don't know.
If you look at the structure, based upon structure, we already broke the structure. If you see, we created lower low, lower high, new lower low. We broke the structure here. Price came back, retested this area, and this is the low which created a new high here.
Yeah.
So now the thing you are talking about here, this is the internal structure.
Yeah.
So the price may come back into this area, and if price getting a support again, then we may again start pushing to the upside. You may have to look into the lower time frame to maybe or a higher time frame to see another thing. But for now, we may be just in retracing phase. If price is breaking this thing, I think we're gonna come back all the way to the downside. But if price is respecting this area, that's you may see like a price is doing this kind of thing here, and then price is gonna break the structure to again push to the upside. So
Yeah,
the thing you draw here.
That's talking more about 4 hour, right? I mean, I'm just talking about 1 hour structure here. This being the key. This could be a lower, a lower low,
Yes.
lower high.
Yeah.
And if this hour here closes lower low, then we, instead of it, because you're talking about still going back down into, well, this sort of structure here.
Yes.
I could still get that pullback to make a lower high on the 1 hour, then keep on going down to this structure here.
Yeah. And once price is getting reaction from this area, and if we broke the lower high, then this is gonna start like this to the upside.
Yeah, cool.
What would be nice is if it does something like this. Go to switch to a line chart for this internal structure. That'd be quite nice.
Yeah.
To continue pushing down, making new lower lows.
Yeah, we talked about that before, haven't we? That kind of consolidation.
Yeah.
Up, down, up.
Yeah. Then we can call this as a liquidity here. Taken out the liquidity and then actual move to the downside then.
Yeah. So that's so. I'd like to what I'm trying to anticipate is this part for this session, if we get this for the scalping session. So 5 minute candle, no wick, previous support, come back. I want to see this candle close. Next one, push up a little bit and then drop and then take this, and then it will look something like this trade. That's what I'd like to see. Just gotta let time play out. It's not. There was a move. We could have got a nice easy one like yesterday. Had we taken that, I wasn't prepared to take that one though. But there has been a move already that German's gifted. You know, a nice 60 pips on that one. So it's not that there. It's moving quite well, 70 pips. But German's moving well. Not as fun not being in it, but I do like to see. I hate it when it does a big drop and then does this shit. That sucks. All right, nice candle. Oh yes, oh you're in that one, are you? Took the long start top loss. Beautiful. Okay, there's 5 minutes now. Let's see where this one's going to go to. Oh, look at that, gold down to 23.40. It's 150 pips nearly since yesterday's high. from up here. Probably a nice little reaction in this zone for gold. Back up to the, maybe we take that. 2340 key level. Back up to 2350. Might see if we can get like a little HCS, like a confirmation. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. This is a second structure. This is the first structure, sorry, right here. And then this is the second structure. Popped an alert there at the key level. See if we can get something to take it back up long.
For the swing trading, I'm also keeping eye on GBP AUD.
Yeah, tomorrow's some good news with GDP for Aussie. I would expect, you looking for shorts ultimately?
Yeah, looking for shots.
Yeah, I've got an eye on that. That's what I'm thinking.
Big recovery yesterday though, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had some speculation news about tomorrow. So buy the rumor, sell the news potentially. Ah man, this is moving pretty quick. I didn't want it to move so fast. It's all good. So hopefully we get a little bit of a hopefully it slows here, because this is where it pushed up, came back, sort of based, and then held for about 10-15 minutes and then dropped. So hopefully you do get a bit of a reaction, enough to slow price down for the next 2 minutes. And I'm going to execute on something like this. No wick candle. All right, that's bloody powerful candles.
V-shape recovery.
I'm not sure if it's going to come back and give the fill now. I hope so.
Maybe you wanna wait for the 15-minute hourly closing. Hourly about to close in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I can't wait that long. I'm on schedule, mate. Okay. This is the idea now, to target back to the Asian high. Uh, 15 minutes. Yeah, look at that move, man. Just completely take the lows, close higher. 30 minutes still open. So hopefully this can make it drop down, but I'm not too confident, hey, that's going to get the feel. I think it's just moved too aggressively without me. But we'll see. Oh, you went long. But only 0.1 chicken.
Where it reacted from down the bottom was the mid-morning gap.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Bloody
I had it painted a while ago between 8,470 and 8,500. 18,470 and 18,500. I think I'm only getting used to trying to use it. Yeah, down there.
Yeah, I'm not fully across. I definitely haven't got the skill that Bruce has with using it.
I'm starting to paint the zones myself just because I don't want to keep on flipping and looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I can start to see with my eye and see if I can see any patterns or if it makes any sense.
Yeah, I need to do a proper study session on it.
He's got an alert on relative strength index went on pound CAD.
Oh yeah.
I set some alerts for overbought or oversold areas on some of those pairs.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get this indicator drawn up. I'll see how. I've seen him do some things, so I don't think it should be too difficult for him. Bill, my mate who helped a lot with did all the other indicators, he's super busy right now, so I don't want to swamp him at work, so I'm asking this other guy, and this other guy's got more experience with TradingView. So it'd be nice for us to be able to like just have it on TradingView where we can see. Ultimately, if we can work it so it gives a bit of an edge, it should not be that difficult to make it automated. Who else is in this trade? Who else is given longs a crack? I mean, that was an entry as well. If you trusted this zone, 5 minute candle, rejection wick, pushing above, like breaking above, it wasn't enough for me though. That I was chicken there as well. Oh, Wes, you're out of the trade. You're closed completely. Nice one. You got a good entry though, Dan. Oh, you didn't want to be in for the pullback? Yeah, the pullbacks suck. you having mic issues, Dan? I've seen you unmute a few times, but I can't hear anything.
I think it's my headphones disconnect and reconnect with the computer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't really confident on direction today, so I mean, that's good enough for me. But considering my normal lot position is 10 to 15, one lot shows how cheap it up.
Oh yeah, it's a fraction, isn't it?
I just did it so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, different circumstances today for sure. Yesterday when you've got a big Asian session, that's different than when you've got a tight Asian session. And I'm not looking forward to Wednesday, Thursday this week. So I thought Monday, Tuesday, the last few weeks, Monday, Tuesdays have been fairly straightforward. Wednesday, Thursdays I found to be tricky the last couple of weeks. But I think it's like tomorrow's not such a big deal. Probably will still be, oh no, sorry, it is tomorrow, yeah. Wednesday, we've got interest rates. So the whole world is a bit funny when you've got interest rates. And then Thursday, we've got the Euro interest rates. So I'm expecting Wednesday and Thursday to be pretty weird. And then Friday, we've got non-farm. So I was hoping that we can get like a really nice start to the week. But looks like I may have missed everything. Wasn't confident enough to take the sells from here because I wanted to take longs up to here. And then when it pushed down, it's just moved a bit too fast. Still in for a shot to catch it. I'm gonna take this. It's just whether it triggers in the stream. It's looking increasingly unlikely. But we've got, when the hour does close, it is quite possible that the next hour comes down, triggers it, and then we flip up. That is very possible. Jutan, imbalance detector, Lux algo on TradingView shows imbalancing gaps. Thank you, man. That's I've been using this FVG Nephew Sam one. That shows like some you mean like fair value gaps? I'm not sure about imbalances though. Let's have a look at your one you suggested. Because I do like Lux Algo. I like their session indicator, imbalance detector. So what are these? Is this like show? So this is imbalance, is it?
Maybe just remove the session indicator so you can see.
How's it reading imbalances? Oh, is it the gap? It's the gap between two candles. I see it. What it's doing. That's the imbalance. I'm guessing. And then the fair value gap is like this. There's a bit. Get the frog out of my throat. Okay. Cool. I might have a little peek at that. How does Jim's... Because we call the imbalances different, don't we? That's what I was going to... So we're looking at this. Yeah. I call this the imbalance, not the gap between the candles.
Imbalance. That's an imbalance candle.
That's what I... Yeah, all these ones are circles. The no top wicks or no bottom wicks. To me, that's an imbalance. This imbalance was a different definition. This is last era liquidity, isn't it? This one?
No, not that one. So the last year of liquidity, you can say if you can, maybe go to the 4 hour. So I can show you. Here.
Oh, Jim, yeah, I've got some ideas. I would love to pick your brain to see if you can do something. Let's organize that.
Just any FU candle. Just show me any FU candle.
Yeah, like this one.
No, that's not a FU candle. Maybe at the top. Oops.
Oh, sorry. No, let's go 3 hour. I know there's this one here.
Yeah. So whenever the FU candle is formed, the previous candle low for the bearish FU, previous candle low or the next candle high, whichever is close to the FU candle week, that's the last area of liquidity. So in this case, this is my last area of liquidity.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Same goes for here. Like this is my last area of liquidity here.
Yeah. Is there an expiry time for that to be valid?
Depend if the price is this is valid only if price is not creating any kind of manipulation from downside. If price is creating manipulation from downside, this will not gonna work. So condition is, for example, here we have this FE candle here. So this was your last day of liquidity here. So price took out that last day of liquidity here and then start moving to the upside.
Yeah.
But if price is creating manipulation from upside, let's say FE candle is forming from upside, then also time frames trend also matter. Like a higher time frame price is rejecting from higher time frame area, then this will not gonna hold.
Alright, we're getting close. See if there's any news. Hey Eddie, how are you? Oh, Manny. Dan was talking to market maker. Bond price is ticking up hard, so US 30, German 40 coming to their fixes. So I've got it dropping. That's why I wanted to go for buys, because the yields are falling big time for German. So I'm quite keen for buys.
You can also try there is a one indicator auto harmonic. So I'm back testing that. It's giving us some really good confirmation.
What's that?
Auto harmonic pattern V2. If you just search auto harmonic.
I can't understand what you're saying.
Auto 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 harmonic.
ARTO.
Let me type it on the chat. 1 second.
Oh, auto harmonic.
Yes.
Sorry.
Auto harmonic. V2. Yes. That's
V2.
the first one. Yes.
Did it take a while, or is it just me? Oh, I see, it's one of these ones.
Yeah, just remove the table. You don't need that table. Style. Just untick the table. Loading.
Is it me? That's, oh wait, there's a little error. Try using max bars back in the study.
Yeah, maybe try it on other pair.
Okay. Just gonna watch this for a bit, a second.
Yeah. You can watch it later. You can just look for your entry now.
Got my gold alert went off as well. So I wouldn't mind seeing some rejections from here. Is that what you're saying, Manny? You're meaning because bond price is going up, yield's going down, the inverse, and you're looking for it to push up to the fix? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I've seen the yields crash and then bonds are just pumping, but it just doesn't make any sense because German 40 and US 30 should be really going well, you know?
Yeah, I've entered, guys. I've entered when it pushed down to here. I've entered for a buy.
I'm in US 30, but we'll see.
Yeah, we also tap into that fair value gap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hourly closing was also good. Like we get a rejection from downside.
Yeah, hopefully it's just not a wick fill. See how this goes. Come on. Anyway, calculated risk. Know where my stop loss is going at least. Hopefully the correlation's in my favor. Hopefully we can take out the Asian high. I doubt I'm gonna, unless it moves very quickly, I'm gonna have to look after Maddie soon. So, but that's where my target is gonna be. Here. I want to see price really rejecting the zone and pushing up. If it just goes straight down, then yeah, it's gonna suck. But if it can push up and get to at least like 1-to-1, I would scale out of this, take some risk off the table, and then see if we can push up, because ultimately the higher time frame is down, so this is a bit of a counter trend. So if it does shoot down, take my stop loss, then it's just going to be a loss, unfortunately. But if we can hold and we can start pushing back up, then I'm looking to target up to around like this area at least. But if it gets up more than 1-to-1, don't let it become a losing trade. It's not looking great at the moment, but the stop loss is set here. No, I'm risking only a cent of the amount, and yeah, there's nothing else for me to do here. It was my planned move. We'll just see. It's a BPR. What's that? What's BPR? $30 close nice with buys. Yeah. I'm hoping that this 30 low holds. The hour's not as great. The hour does look like it could be a wick fill. But I'm keen to give that a go because it was in line with my plans. Now, so just need to let it do its thing. Balanced price range. Oh, okay, I never heard of balanced price range. But I'll watch it for a bit longer. But then I've got to take over Maddie soon. So hopefully we can get into an area where we can take some profits. Let's check out. I don't want to watch it now because it's just got to let it do its thing. Where's this? Auto harmonics. So let's say for like pound Aussie. Okay, so this has done its thing. What is this actually?
Maybe going into the what? Yeah.
Oh, it's doing like a bat pattern.
Yeah.
What
bat
time?
Pattern.
What time frame?
15 minutes.
Oh, anti-cipher. Yeah, butterfly. I used to love these.
Yeah. So it's showing selling right now in this area.
Oh my god, look at this thing. Yeah.
I can make my charts look even more messy than they currently are.
I've gone from nothing on my chart to this. Look at this, far out. Yeah, these patterns here I used to love. Like this, X to A, A to B, B to C, and then look for like the 70 something. And like, I never, like I could see where they work all the time, and then I can see where they don't work. And I could never figure it out why. And it was like, because I had no idea about support resistance or zones.
So actually, how are you using it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just using this thing as extra confirmation. I'm not using like a, oh, I have to take a sell here with stop loss here. No, not
Is
like that.
Is that what you're looking at? Just that box? Is that? Or do you look at all of this information?
No. I'm just trying to use this thing on higher time frame, like a 15-minute or hourly, to see is this matching with my bias or not. For example, go to the hourly.
Put your entries at the stop losses.
Go to the hourly. On German 40, I think German 40 it will work on German 40 and hourly. Yeah, so this for the selling.
When does that form?
Maybe after price tap into this area, price. I don't know, but I use this thing as a extra confirmation. Price never tap into. Maybe price never tap into that area. Maybe this form and price they expecting price has to come back one more time here to push downside.
Yeah, okay. It's the anti-bat pattern. Look at this anti-shark. Oh my gosh.
Three-minute is looking good on German foot, you know.
Yeah, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit because my entry was closer to here, wasn't it? And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna miss. So my entry was like here. And then when it was coming down, I was like, oh damn it, you know, because originally it was like in the 50%, and then I moved it down to like this area, thinking that probably get closer to the imbalance candle, then jumped in, and I could have got maybe, I probably left like 6 pips on the table. That would have made a big difference. If it does go up, would have made a big difference. Anyway, it is what it is now.
A lot of FPG traders, they usually put their stop loss just below that candle loop. If this is a fair value gap, if price once tap into that area, they usually put their stop loss just below here, not even here.
Oh, okay.
It's just maybe they find that thing again and again, or they found that pattern that most of the price will not gonna come back to tap into this area. It's just gonna tap into the fair value gap and then simply push to the upside.
Yeah, they're running the much better risk reward. Yeah, okay. Because to me, HCS for us as well, we'd be looking for it to retest this candle.
Yes.
Oh, that's gold. Damn. 23.35.
Man, this was the move I was looking for yesterday.
On gold?
But, yeah, I was looking for sell yesterday.
Well, definitely not giving us that bounce retest, are we? So now we're at 23.35. So that's even better. But you got to wait. You can't catch. This is falling knife. You need to see a bounce and then a retest. Hopefully, it'll break a structure as well. Definitely don't want to just. I mean, 23.35 is pretty appealing to cowboy it, but.
Going against the 4 hour, it's really hard now. That goal 4 hour closing, it's a passive FE candle from upside.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't want to look at this. Oh, balanced price range is when you've got these gaps on both sides, right? Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we can get a bit of a rejection soon. Is there any news that moved this? We just waited for 9 o'clock before we got some real volume for London. Oh, German unemployment. That could move things. That wasn't on here, was it? Oh, was there? So came in being the same. Previous, same as forecast, same as actual. Previous 10k, forecast 10k. Unemployment rose a little bit higher. Oh, it's not looking good. It'll be my only one shot for London. I won't attempt another one after this, but hopefully this 5-minute candle can hold. Hopefully that can hold. Stop loss should be a little bit on this picture. It should be a little bit under that low, not on the low. Alright guys, I'm going to have to scoot. I've got to take over from Mads. So not much I can do here. Just going to have to just hope that the stop loss can hold, but the stop loss is there to protect me from turning. If this is a loss, it's only going to be a calculated loss. So we shall see. It is what it is. Hopefully it can recover. If it doesn't, I'm not going to attempt another trade in this London session. I'll wait for New York session and then see what London does. If London keeps on falling, then I'll look for New York to sweep the low and then recover. So I'm still pretty keen for some buys. I'm not really interested into taking sells because I've missed the sells. If I was going to take sells, I should have been on it already. So I would like to see what London can do if it's going to recover or it's going to drop, and then for New York session to see what the session bias is going to be. But I'm not going to throw good money after bad if this doesn't work out, especially because I'm going to not be focused. But I just hope that this holds and my entries just turns out not to be very great, and still in with a chance. But I don't want to like look at it and agonize over it. So I'm going to scoot. So the 15 minutes, yeah, looking trash. But anyway, it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to close the YouTube stream. Zoomers, stay on for a tick. But YouTube, I'll see you tomorrow.